A thread by Carlos Osuida. I know it's hard to see that so many of our fellow citizens are entirely devoted to hate. But think of it this way: the masks are off. Now they can't hide. President Trump and Melania want it that way. We want a leftist medical doctor to say things like this. Dr. Jill Stein tweeted, "First thought, I wish a speedy recovery to the human being buried deep inside the racist, xenophobic fascist. Second thought, maybe now Trump will start taking action on the pandemic." Not holding my breath. Carlos continues, Dr. Jill Stein actually said that Trump has done nothing about the pandemic. Think about the sheer insanity of that one statement. And of course, she calls him a racist fascist. The dog barks, but the caravan moves on. Arab proverb. The only thing Democrats are proving at this moment is that if we elect them, they will do whatever they can to physically eliminate Trump supporters. As they keep saying, they'd make sure we all die if they could. This is good. We need to know this. Zara Rahim tweeted, "It's been against my moral identity to tweet this for the past 4 years, but I hope he dies." Zara Rahim has the moral identity of any fanatic who says that dissidents must die. History is made up almost entirely of wars against such fanatics. They always lose because they tell you that if they win, you're dead. We all know that the mask has nothing to do with preventing the spread of COVID-19. The press is full of these stories. Washington Post, Perspective. A hypervigilant mom followed every health guideline. She still caught the coronavirus. The reality is what I've been telling you. There is no science, only scientists. And when scientists disagree, you shrug your shoulders and go about your life. Trump and Melania will be fine. The Democrats will pay for this latest orgy of hate. Dovetailing into all of this, last night I was bored out of my mind by everything on YouTube, so I decided to watch trailers for upcoming movies. Believe it or not, this is the year of gay men and Alzheimer's. I counted at least 3 movies of either a gay couple, played by straight actors, dealing with one of them having Alzheimer's, or a gay couple, played by straight actors, caring for a man with Alzheimer's. Here's what's going to happen to those movies. Link in the thread, video of a man dropping a big rock down a 1,500-foot deep hole. There was not one movie I wanted to see, but this caught my attention. Watch the trailer while I write. Link in the thread to The Last Full Measure, starring Samuel L. Jackson, a movie about an American war and Americans being bad guys. I knew immediately that the story is a lie, and it is, of course. History versus Hollywood.com, The Last Full Measure versus the true story of William Pitzenbarger. Everything is true except for the main plot, that the military engaged in a cover-up to hide the fact that it was a friendly fire incident. Leftists made that up. Note that the hero of the story is Pentagon investigator Scott Huffman, who does not exist. There was no cover-up. Leftists took a real story and twisted it to make the US look bad. The world of leftism is 100% negative. There are millions of real stories that could be made into movies. Hermann Göring's brother Albert was a vocal anti-Nazi who used his position to save Jewish people. He found his calling when the Nazis took over Austria, where he lived. The day the Nazis came in and annexed Austria, Albert scooped up as many exit visas as he could and ran from door to door handing them out to Jewish people. He was a man with great imagination. When he found Nazis humiliating Jewish people by making them scrub streets, for example, Albert would pick up a brush, get on his hands and knees, and join in. The Nazi commander would demand to see his ID, go sheet white, and tell all the Jewish people to go home. Albert personally rescued 34 people who could name. He passed along information to the resistance, and he sabotaged the Nazi war effort whenever he could. After the war, he was arrested, and the Americans didn't believe him. He was held for 2 years until newly arrived American interrogator Victor Parker, a Jewish refugee born Victor Patchkis, saw that his aunt was one of the people Albert had saved. She confirmed that Albert had indeed saved her, as well as many others, so Albert was released. Then Albert was deported to Czechoslovakia to face war crimes charges there. The Czech resistance stepped in and got him off by confirming that he had helped them. Albert was finally free, but the Germans shunned him. See, they had enthusiastically embraced Hitler, while Goring's own brother risked his life for strangers. Albert was shunned because Germans love to make excuses and play the victim. Albert died broke and in obscurity in 1966 at the age of 71. His life would make a great movie, but it doesn't fit in with the American leftist narrative. Watch trailers for upcoming movies and marvel at all the different ways something can be a pile of shit. And remember, they may be wearing stupid symbolic masks, but they've dropped their real masks. All they're doing is increasing Trump's margin of victory on November 3rd. Biden is off the hook for 2 more debates. Nobody can nullify what Trump did to him. All is well. Send Trump and Melania positive energy and humor. Laughter is the best medicine. We're all in this together, as it should be.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.